stuck your filthy thumb in my mouth, touched my tonsil. But anyway, so yeah, we started acting at a young age, and we all did fairly well. And then we moved to Vancouver in 1991, and it was like a hotbed of sci-fi television activity.
Yeah,
everything was shooting out.
Both of you had worked on. Well, you also did the animal show.
Animal Practice?
Yes, Animal Practice.
Yeah.
But you had done a sci-fi, like the sci-fi thing, and then you.
Animal Practice is not a sci-fi show.
I'm just thinking.
That's the least sci-fi thing I've ever done, I think. Other than the fact that there was a monkey that was a doctor.
Animal Practice wasn't a sci-fi thing, but it just popped in my head. Animal Practice. But
Invasion was sci-fi.
Yeah.
Invasion was sci-fi.
Mm-hmm.
And.
But yeah, Vancouver was like Millennium, First Wave, X-Files, Twilight Zone, Stargate, everything in the 90s, and we had this really great opportunity to cut our chops as Canadian actors, where you otherwise might not have had that opportunity, and build up our resumes and do all this stuff. And it was a great fruitful time in the tube.
I saw the IMDb and CV for X-Files. It's like you had Stoner.
Yeah, I did Stoner 3 times. I played Stoner so well, I did turn Stoner into a recurring character. Fun little tidbit, I don't know if anybody knows who Kim Manners is. If anyone was a big X-Files fan, he directed the lion's share of the original series when it shot in Vancouver. And when I was 16, I got my first role on the X-Files, or my role on the X-Files, and showed up on the day. And Kim was like, great. He was like this hippie dude, right? Like rose-colored glasses and long hair. And he was like, oh man, so good that you're here. Like, do you get high? I'm 16, right? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, yeah. Did you get high today? I was like, no, I'm not high right now. And he's like, cool. Did you bring any weed? Can you go get high? And I was like, you want me to go get high right now? And he's like, yeah. Do you not have any weed? And I was like, no. He's like, well, I do. Come with me. And I went with him and the DP, and we went into this back janitorial room at the studio we're at, and we hotboxed it for 20 minutes, and then he gave me mushrooms.
And your oldest partner went to truth out there.
Yeah, and this is early 90s. It never entered my mind that anything was weird going on. But so the first episode of X-Files that I shot, where we're smoking cow shit in the episode, I am so high. I am so high on mushrooms.
How many mushrooms did you do?
I don't know. I wasn't super familiar with the weight and the exact measurement of
mushrooms,
the drams, but I was definitely very, very high. That was fun. And then I came back to do my second episode. I showed up on acid.
You were one of the last ones for 2016.
Yeah, I did the Were Monster one, which was really fun. Yeah, Chris called up actually personally and was like, "Would you come back and do your role again?" And I was like, "Yeah, man, it's awesome." So that was cool.
Yeah, that was great to see that again. Everybody's always like, "When are they going to come back?" And then they did.
Yeah, and they're going to do it again.
I hope so. Then you can come back as a stoner again.
I guess so, yeah. I mean, I guess I smoked shit, I licked toads, and then on the last one I was a paint huff. 20 years later, I'm just huffing paint in the woods. So I feel like the next episode was probably just a dick. That episode will be about stoner.
Once you start huffing paint, it's a slippery slope.
So,
that's the end of the slope.
What at a show like this, what do you get asked about the most? What role?
Myself or Crystal?
You first.
Me? I get asked most definitely about Freddy versus Jason. For sure, people, they want to know what it was like. I get asked about the caterpillar a lot. People are like, was there a real caterpillar that was this big? And it's like, yeah. It's gone now. I killed it, but it was one of a kind. No, I get asked about that a lot. I get the Jason Mewes thing reasonably often. But yeah, people just want to know, it was fun, how it was working with Robert Englund, which is a blast. That was my favorite part of that whole experience, was really seeing his process with the character. You just kind of see a guy do it, and you think, he's just doing it. But it's really, really thought out. Everything. He's got, scary down to a science. Everything's 3/4 gunslinger. He modeled it on, old, Western movies, and when I got to be possessed by Freddy, I got to see into his process there, and it was really fascinating. That was, as far as being an artist, that was my favorite part of that whole experience. So people just ask about that, and I talk for a really long time, and they go, okay, yeah, thanks.
What do you get asked about?
Well, I'm kind of surprised because I thought I would get asked more about Final Destination 3, which I get asked about a lot. I'm still alive. I died in a tanning bed. It was an awful filming experience. It was 3 days of screaming, leaving covered in bruises. But most people here have asked me about Black Christmas, which I didn't realize has kind of turned into this little kind of cult following. But both of them were directed by Glenn Morgan and Jim Wong, and they're an incredible team to work with. And they did a ton of X-Files, too.
Yeah.
And I actually just worked with the Smoking Man off X-Files, but I never watched X-Files, so I'm on a Hallmark show now, which is really weird. But he came, he came on the show, and I literally went up to him and was like, "Wow, you're a really good actor.
Yeah.
Where did they find you?
He's a teacher.
Welcome to the show." Yeah, he's famous, really famous. And people give him more like.
I hope that's what he said. He's like,
No,
well,
he
they
was
found me
so-
because I'm really, really famous.
He was so kind. He was like, "Oh, I don't know," and I was like, "How did I've never seen you before?" Like an idiot. And luckily, my co-star was smart enough to grab me and tell me to stop talking. And
Was that Jeff?
yes, he was like, "Crystal, shut up. He's a famous dude." I was like, "Oh."
She's on this show with another, yet another Canadian guy who we went to high school with.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, Jeff Gustafson. He's like our brother, basically.
Yeah, it's a very small pool. We all travel in circles, and
Yeah.
but it's a good, that's the thing about us is we're kind of like a family, so it's nice.
Also, is anyone familiar with the Property Brothers?
Those guys were my best friends, the Scott brothers. We did magic together growing up.
They used to ride horses up to our house.
Their dad was a very famous horse stunt choreographer.
And their older brother, J.D. Scott, was in a comedy troupe with our oldest brother,
Called
and Jeff
Wild James.
Gustafson.
Yep.
And he used to collect people's souls. He was like the first goth guy I ever met. And he would like literally just walk up to you at a cell and be like, "Hey, would you like to join the 9th ring of hell with me?" And people would be like, "Sure, what do I gotta do?" He'd be like, "Well, just give me your soul." And he had like a contract, and people would sign their souls over to him. And it was nothing but like it just was like a thing he did. He was malevolent. I mean, and he just like took your soul, and that was it.
And
Weird guy.
last but not least, John Scott was Jonathan Silver. He was an illusionist, and
A big one, actually.
I was his magician's assistant, and so I would do shows with him and like, ta-da, and we would work around together. It's weird. It's really
They've had a
bizarre.
very odd trajectory. Like I think they always knew they were going to be something
Something,
big,
yeah.
but it took them a while to find.
Yeah.
And who knew it would be realty?
Yeah, and now they're on people's sexiest top something. It's
Yeah.
it's
They're on my list.
They're like
Yeah.
super handsome, like cavemen.
yeah, they are.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But we always called Drew Scott Andrew, which he doesn't like, which I found out after because I kept calling him Andrew, and he was like, "Stop calling me that." It's Drew now. I was like, "Okay, Drew."
And then Dan, the older brother, the one who collected souls, out of the blue one day was like, "Call me JD."
Yeah.
And we were like, "Why?" And he was like, "Cause that's what I want."
We're like,
And that was it. Now we all call him JD.
Yeah, they're great. They're really fun to be around. The whole group.
And last but not least, a guy who's a